GETTYThe resentment over Brexit threatens to break the Tories. Nick Timothy has warned Nick Timothy, who orchestrated Mrs May's ill-fated election campaign and stepped down in the wake of the disaster, has predicted further Tory unrest even after Britain leaves the EU in 2019, with or without a deal. It comes as Conservative opposition to the EU Witrawal Bill was close to spilling over into open rebellion yesterday, after 15 Tory Remainers were outed as mutineers on the front page of the Daily Telegraph. And the furore and ill-feeling over Brexit will have grave implications for Mrs May's government long after Britain leaves the EU, Mr Timothy has warned. Writing in the Telegraph, Mr Timothy suggested getting Parliament to agree a deal with the EU was still possible, but that whatever the outcome, the consequences would be far-ranging. He said the recriminations will not, however, end with the vote. With Europe, Tory wounds are too deep. There will still, in the end, be blood. Getty on Sobri is another Tory rebel. Yesterday at Prime Minister's Questions, Mrs May said she was listening to MPs as the line-by-line scrutiny of the EU Witrawal Bill progresses. She said there is of course a lively debate going on in this place. That is right and proper, and that is important. We are listening carefully to those who wish to improve the bill. I hope we can all come together to deliver on the decision that the country took, that we should leave the European Union. Mr Timothy said any deal, even a less than perfect one, would be difficult for many Remain MPs to resist. Brexit Secretary David Davis announced this week that Parliament would get a final vote on any agreement with the EU, and if MPs voted it down, Britain would leave the bloc without a deal. This means Conservative rebels who defied the G government by voting against would therefore be delivering the no-deal Brexit they feared. Similarly, voting against the deal could lead to a fresh election, and the prospect of a socialist Labour government. Mr Timothy said it would mean Jeremy Corbyn and Keir Starmer negotiating a new deal, the result of which would be less palatable to Conservatives than what had been negotiated by Theresa May. The deepening divisions opening up between Brexiteers and Remainers within the party were evident this week when one Tory rebel accused Number 10 of leaking the mutineer names to the press. Downing Street has denied the claim. Wednesday, September 13, 2017. It comes as Commons leader Andrea Leadsom failed to confirm if key Brexit legislation will clear its next stage before Christmas. The Conservative frontbencher told MPs it is difficult to predict the Commons' schedule with absolute certainty for a lengthy period of time. When challenged about the timetable for the EU Witrawal Bill, MPs heard the third day of the bill's committee stage, in which it is scrutinised line by line, will be held on November 21.